So many people were extremely upset when Robert Pattinson was cast as Edward Cullen in 2007 for Twilight, and the majority of them were upset because of his appearance, which to me is so wild. I think there are a number of reasons why fans of the books chose to lash out at Rob. I think the first one is that they had been poisoned by Stephenie Meyer, who'd been fan casting Henry Cavill on her website for years, so much so that you can find all of these edits of him as Edward. I think another problem is that when the casting was announced, this was the photo that started to circulate. For whatever reason, there were many other, he'd already played Cedric Diggory, and this was the photo that was attached to the petition to have him fired as Edward. The petition's still up, and the comments are so unhinged. The first commenter here just wants people to know that Edward is her dad, and the second one is beset about Gaspard Ulliel not being cast. He was another, fans really wanted him to play Edward, and they make the point to say that we're talking about vampires, people, not Quidditch players. This person actually brought up human cloning as part of their argument. They're going on and on about how Gaspard would be a much better option. They say, is it because he's French? You can't be serious. This is the 21st century. A French accent is not big a problem. To say we can create human clones, for God's sake, and you all are putting aside the perfect man for Edward's role because of his accent? Please don't do this, at least not Robert Pattinson. Forgetting the fact that Robert Pattinson also has an accent. Cedric Diggory is not inhumanly beautiful. His face looks like it's been run over by a truck. He doesn't have the presence of Edward Cullen, and he is a mere two-dimensional character. Whose face looks like it's been run over by a truck? Just curious whose face looks like it's been run over by a truck, but because this man is stunningly gorgeous, and scientists actually at one point, I believe, tried to prove that he was the most beautiful man on earth based on his facial symmetry. It was a terrible welcome that the fans gave Rob, and he's actually gone on record to say that the introduction they had to Twilight was even worse than when he was cast as Batman, because of course there were petitions for that too, because DC fans, but the Twilight fans were worse. Everybody say thank you, Rob.